Hey guys, it's Sarah. So as you can see by the title, this video is obviously more personal. It's not something I usually do on my channel. None of you guys actually asked me to talk about this because usually I ask you guys what I should talk about, what video I should make, but this is a video I specifically just wanted to make for myself, kind of like a personal journal entry / diary, but I also wanted you guys to hear it as well if you relate to it. So yeah, enough rambling, let's get into it. So yes, the broad topic of this video is anxiety, but I have a few other things I want to talk about specifically that has to do with my own anxiety and stuff I go through. So basically, the first thing that I want to discuss in terms of my anxiety is needing approval and acceptance to define my self-worth. So needing approval and acceptance to define your self-worth. What does this even mean? So basically, in a sense, it means that you let others decide who you should be, who you are, if you're a good person, what you should wear, what you should do with your life. And that will make you happy because others say that's what you should do. And I've always been the type of person to do something based on what I think others would want me to do. That is the needing approval or acceptance from others. And in turn, that ended up defining my self-worth and how I would think about myself. And that's what made it really hard to do anything and to find my real self and to be okay and happy with my real self and who I was. In turn, caused a lot more anxiety than I actually needed in my life. And the second thing I'd like to talk about is the fear of missing out, not being or feeling in the present moment. Now, what does this mean? Fear of missing out, not being in the moment. This feeling or fear of missing out has actually increased because of the age of social media, the digital age. Everybody's online, everybody's posting, everybody's showing everybody like, hey, look at me, this is what I'm doing. And I'll admit, I do that all the time, and I'll get into that. So basically, as you guys know, I basically live my life online. I have all social media, I'm posting on it every single day, and I show you guys my life on YouTube. Online is a big part of my life. And what has caused a lot of my anxiety is feeling like I need to be posting all the time, showing people that I'm doing something. And I feel like if I don't post what I'm doing during the day, it's almost like it didn't happen or it didn't count. Like, it's almost like I feel this need for people to know what I'm doing, and I want to prove to people that I'm having fun or that like I have a life and I'm doing things. And you might be thinking, why? Why do you feel the need to do that? It's not important. Why do you need to prove to strangers on the internet that you're doing something? And the answer is, I don't know. I don't have a logical answer for you why I feel the need to excessively post and show myself on my Instagram story or whatever. I mean, people know my face, people know who I am, so I'm not showing anything new. And I just feel like if I don't go on social media or I don't post something, it's like I feel weird. I feel it's very unsettling, and it's not good. And it's, I think, a form of addiction or obsession. And that's how you know you need to use less social media. It's fine to use it, but when it becomes an excessive amount, that's not good. And this fear of missing out makes me feel very anxious inside a lot. And I need to teach myself to be more in the moment, more in the present, not think about what's going to happen in the future, not think so much what happened in the past, because that is the whole essence of anxiety in a nutshell. You're never really in the present. You're always thinking like something that's going to happen in the future or something you should have changed in the past. And if you stop thinking woulda, shoulda, coulda, then you'll be a lot more relaxed and in the present. And that's something I still need to work on. And now the third thing I want to talk about that adds to a lot of my anxiety is high expectations and trying too hard to do everything at once. And now this kind of goes along with my second one about posting everything. So basically, some of you might not know this, and I'm not saying every person with anxiety does this. I'm just talking about myself. I'm the type of person where I have high expectations for myself. Like, I need everything to kind of be perfect. So if I'm editing a video, it will take me a long time to edit because I'm very pristine about things that I do. And if it's not done a certain way, I get very particular about it, and I almost tell myself like, that's not good enough, you could have done better, you should have done better, and then I knock myself because of it. I feel like people with anxiety, we're our own worst enemy. We always cut ourselves down because we don't feel like it was good enough. Also, people with anxiety, sometimes we bite our nails because either we get nervous or we feel like we have to do everything on time. We're always working and stuff, so like I bite my fingernails a lot. So sometimes these high expectations that I have for myself, it makes me feel more anxious because my brain is always moving, it's always going, and I just need a moment to calm down and collect myself, maybe just rest. So I've really noticed that about myself. I try too hard to do everything. And this goes now into my last point, and this is the most important thing that I want to talk about. Having to keep myself busy due to my anxiousness. Because of my constant overthinking and anxiety, I have to be doing something every single day to keep my mind going and not have a moment of silence. That might be confusing, let me explain. So basically, I know a lot of people in my life, like during the summer, they can just lay on their bed for hours on their phone, or they could just be doing nothing. It could be silent, and they're perfectly fine with that. But I have noticed that I am the type of person where I can't sleep during the day. I can't just be sitting and doing nothing during the day. Right when I get up, I'm up. I really can't have a room when it's quiet. I like to have music going, and if I have nothing planned for the day, I'm editing a video. If I'm not editing, I'm filming a video. If I'm not filming a video, I'm making a thumbnail. If I'm not doing anything to do with YouTube, I'm generating new content ideas, or I'm outside with friends, or I'm just doing something, or I'm on social media on my phone. Like, I have to keep myself busy, because if I'm not doing something with my hands, or if my brain's not going, or if I'm not listening to something, I get in a very dark, deep space in my head. And that's not good for me or for anybody. And you might be thinking, like, what do you mean? Well, what I mean is that people who have anxiety, when we're not doing anything, our mind starts to drift and we start to overthink everything. Constantly thinking, and we get into this deep, dark spiral. I'm not saying this happens all the time, but sometimes if I'm just like not doing anything, I will overthink, and that causes me to think things that aren't actually real, and it's very detrimental to my health and how I think about myself. Sometimes thoughts that we have about ourselves or about things, they're not true at all. Our anxiety likes to lie to us. Our anxiety likes to make up things to make us scared. That's why a lot of people who have anxiety, they will try to busy themselves as much as they can with things to keep their mind busy and prevent them from going into that overthinking. I don't know if that's a therapeutic thing. I don't know if that's the best thing to do. And to be honest, it actually does help me. I'm not the type of person who takes any medication for anxiety. I don't really believe in medication, at least for mental health, because I feel like it only masks the issue. I feel like once kids go off of their medication, they're all crazy, and it's almost like they're using their medication as a crutch. Like they have to now stay on it their whole life. And I just think it's a trap that pharmaceutical companies put their customers in. And of course, if you actually need the medication, use it. You know what you need to do, and a professional knows what you might need to do. But for me, I don't use any of the medication stuff. I believe that if you have depression or anxiety, it's really good to try to motivate yourself to busy yourself with something, like get involved in something, because it really helps. Again, I can't speak for anybody, but this is something that I've found that really helps me. And even at night when I'm going to bed, I actually listen to ASMR videos or some music to kind of make me feel more relaxed and end up going to sleep. We all know this. At nighttime, that is like the worst time. We overthink everything. Sometimes we can't go to bed, and it causes a lot of insomnia and the whole 9 yards. So yeah, I don't want this video to be much longer. I don't want to bore you guys, but I just thought this would be very interesting to have you guys listen to. Maybe you can relate to some of it. But I think for me at least, it was just nice to kind of get all of this out. Again, this video was kind of more for me to just vent, but it's kind of cool to have people listening as well. And I kind of like the personal videos and talking more about myself and getting you guys to know more about me and me know more about you guys. And also tell me down below, do you want me to do more videos like this? If you have a suggestion of a video you want me to do, write it down below. And if you're having trouble with something, do you want me to talk about it? I can't assure you that I'll help you, but maybe I can talk about it. So like always, I make a new video whenever I want, so like and subscribe. All my social media is down in the description, and I will see you guys later. Bye.